Hello, friends. What's up? I'm back doing another tier list because I'm seeing ENHYPEN tonight. That is true, that is correct. If you are watching this within the first couple hours of when I post it, I'm currently in Tacoma, standing in the Tacoma Dome, probably screaming myself hoarse as I watch ENHYPEN live. But because, I haven't done this in a while actually, I used to really like going in to like listen to the setlist a lot and then rank it before I went, so I like knew what was coming. I always have the setlist up during a show, just because I'm a predictor. I need to be prepared. I don't like surprises. I want to know what's coming. Plus, if I know that like my favorite song is in like 3 songs where there's a song I don't like in between, I can get through the song I don't like because I know the song I love is coming. And yeah, I've done this at least once before where I've made a tier list of a set list, and I think it's so fun. I want to do it more often. I was going to do it for Oneness because I saw Oneness a month ago, but then they didn't have their set list out in advance because that was the first show on the US leg, so it didn't really work for ENHYPEN. They just performed in, I think it's LA, like a day ago as of me filming this. I'm filming this in advance, obviously. I think they just performed in LA. Whatever the first show of this new US leg is, that's what this set list is from, and that's what I'll be working off of. Anyway, let's get disclaimers out of the way so I can get into the tier list, okay? Just to cover bases more than anything else. These are opinions, right? This is my opinion on each song's placement on a tier list that I made. This is all me. You can disagree with all of it, and that's totally fine. Okay. Here's my screen, here are my tiers, here are our songs. Now let's go over tiers. We're going to start at the bottom. The bottom tier is Let's Replace Her with Given Taken. I am very upset that Given Taken is not on this set list. And there are various songs I would like to replace her with. In fact, you know what? Just for fun, off the top of my head, actually there's only 2 songs. I changed my mind. We're not going to do it. I was going to say I'm going to pick the song I want to replace each one with. This is just Let's Replace Her with Given Taken, okay? These are the songs where we didn't need this. But what we needed is Given Taken, and we could have replaced Given Taken with this song. Next tier. I'm fine with it. It's not, like, I'm not thrilled that it's on the set list, but it's not so bad that I want it off the set list at the same time. Like, I'm fine with it being here. Next tier, A Good Time. I think this is going to be a fun one. Not, like, Losing My Mind, our next tier, but, like, it's a fun time. Losing My Mind, however, is for the songs that will have me feral. Okay, I will be screaming. And then our top tier, Popping Pussy in the Club. There's one song in particular that did in fact inspire this title. I'll tell you which one it is when we get to it. But until then, it's for the best songs. Okay, let's get started. As always when I do these, I like to go in the order of the set list because I think it makes the most sense. So first up we have Drunk Dazed. I'm going to be losing my mind to Drunk Dazed. I said this whenever I reviewed this album. It was a couple months ago. I want to be nicer to Drunk Dazed, because when it came out, I thought it was bad, simply because, in comparison to other ENHYPEN titles at the time, it was. In the modern day, this is so far from their worst work. I want to be nicer to her. Plus, I think it's a fun song. Like, I think I will be losing my mind, at least a little bit. Next, Blockbuster. Their, let's say, memorable collaboration with Yeonjun. Let's replace it with Given Taken. We could have had Given Taken on this set list. We didn't need Blockbuster, and in fact, I wish we didn't have it. Next, Let Me In. It's a good time. I think it's a good time. I think it's a good song, so I think it'll be a good time, but I don't think I'll be, like, losing my mind, simply because that's not the vibes. As for Flicker, I'm fine with it, frankly. Like, am I thrilled it's here? Am I excited to hear it live? No. Am I mad I'm gonna see it live? Also no. Like, I'm fine with it. I'll be enjoying it at the time because I have fun at concerts. There's very little times I'm not enjoying myself at a concert, but, like, I will not be experiencing the full joy that I could be. Fever. Fever is where our top tier's name comes from. I will be popping Pussy in the Club to Fever. I will be losing every aspect of sanity I've ever had. You do not want to be around me during Fever, because I will do things that I cannot be held accountable for. Like, I will be going too feral. Still Monster, I think it'll be a good time. I think Still Monster is going to be a good time. I think it's a pretty good song. I'm worried. I have this thing with certain songs. I've had it since I saw Dream Live, but there are certain songs that I feel like were meant to be done live, and then there are other songs where they're better not live, if that makes sense. Like, the more chill songs, kind of like the Still Monster vibes, are almost better if you just hear them. Because, like, what am I really going to be watching during Still Monster that's that exciting? I don't know. We'll find out. Future Perfect is our second song that I wish we could replace with Given Taken. Like, this is one where I logically understand why it's here. You want to have the singles, the titles, but, like, it's a horrible song. It never should have been made, and we could have had Given Taken instead. Blessed Cursed, I'm fine with it. Again, I logically understand why it's here, and I don't hate it in the way I hate Future Perfect, so, like, I'm willing to accept its presence, but it's not my favorite song. I think the chorus is kind of mid. I don't think it'll be as much fun. Like, I don't think it'll be a good time, but it'll be a fine time. Attention Please, honestly, I think it's going to be like a reverse of Still Monster. I prefer Still Monster as a song, but Attention Please is one of those songs where I feel like the live experience is going to be so fun. Because, like, Attention Please is objectively a pretty fun song. I just think it's too shouty. The difference is, live, shouty is fine. I'll be shouting, so, like, they can shout too. And I think it's going to be fun. I call these songs, for the record, a cherry bomb moment. I almost put another tier down here that was like a cherry bomb moment. But for the unaware, for the people who haven't seen these tiers before, a cherry bomb moment means it's a song that I don't really like, but I will lose my mind to it live. So losing my mind feels like the proper tier. Paradox Invasion, no, I'm fine with it. I'm willing to accept it. I don't think it's bad enough that I need it off the set list, but, like, the chorus is pretty bad, and I do, certain parts of me, let's say, wish it wasn't here. Tame Dashed, Popping Pussy in the Club. This is my favorite lead single off an ENHYPEN album, because I don't know what Fever is technically, but Tame Dash is definitely the title track. This is their best work. Like, Tame Dash, not their best work in terms of, like, total songs, but in terms of titles, best work. Absolutely greatest song they've ever put out, at least, again, in terms of titles. Like, I love it so much. I will be, like, an indestructible force of nature when it comes on. That Feeling When, I kind of want to put it in a good time, because it is similar to Still Monster in the vibes, but I like it more, and I think it's going to be a little bit more fun, so I'm going to put it in Losing My Mind. But, like, it's sort of teetering. If there was a tier between these two, that's where it would go. Just a little bit. I think it'll be a good time. I think so. I almost put it in fine with it. But I think based off the vibes of the songs around it, it'll, like, up the experience just a little bit. I actually did not even intend to make a just a little bit joke. I'm just so funny. Anyway, 10 Months. I think I'll be losing my mind to 10 Months. I really like 10 Months as a song. Like, off their debut album, it's one of my favorites, along with Miss Given Taken. But it's a great song, and I do think I'll have a great time to it live. Polaroid Love, same thing. I'm going to be losing my mind to Polaroid Love. To be fair, I feel like most of the girlies will, simply because it is one of their most popular songs. But, like, it's going to be fun. I'm going to have fun to it. One and Only. I forget about this song all the time. It's their song with fucking Pokemon, of all people. Anyway, it's going to go in a good time. I think it's a fun song. Like, I think it's cute. And I think it'll be a good time, but I don't think it's quite losing my mind levels. Shout Out. You remember what I said about Attention Please being shouty? This is, like, the opposite. I feel like Shout Out is shouty, but not in a fun way. Like, Attention Please is fun shouts. Shout Out is just, like, kind of shouting, and I'm sure it'll be a fine time, but it's not going to be a good time. Go Big or Go Home, another Popping Pussy in the Club. I think this is actually ENHYPEN's best song, for the record, like, of their entire catalog. I think they peaked with either Fever or Go Big or Go Home. You can fight me on these two, but, like, those are their top two songs, and I will be absolutely insane during it. Next, Miss Chacone. I'm fine with it. Am I thrilled it's here? No. Am I gonna throw a tantrum in the middle of the concert? Also no. Bills, frankly, Bills is a song that has kind of degrown on me. I think it's just that, spoilers, I don't like this album, the Dark Blood album, very much. So, Bills was the best song on there for me, and I do appreciate that about her. And I do think it'll be a good time, but I don't think I'll be losing my mind to it. Criminal Love, however, I will also be Popping Pussy in the Club to Criminal Love. I love Criminal Love. If you didn't watch my review, I'll give you the synopsis. I discovered that song existed, listened to it on loop for around 6 hours straight, and completely fell in love with it. I think it is, frankly, one of the most underappreciated ENHYPEN songs. Like, it's so good, it's so dark, it's so sexy, and I'm so excited to see it live. 1 in a Billion. Will I be losing my mind? I feel like it's another one of those ones, I'm gonna put it up there, but it's another one of those ones where it's teetering. Like, I need a tier between Losing My Mind and A Good Time to properly place it. Bite Me. Here's the thing with Bite Me. I'm gonna put it dead center. It's dead center in A Good Time, but let me explain this logic. I have beef with Bite Me as a song because it literally could have been the greatest thing ENHYPEN ever put out if not for that shitty fucking pre-chorus. There's a version on YouTube, I'll put it in the description, that I love that just took that pre-chorus and made it a bridge, and it works perfectly, and it is the perfect song. So I think I'm putting it dead center because my entire experience will depend on how that pre-chorus goes live. Because I could see it being a fine experience live, like it wouldn't ruin the song in the way it does in the studio version, but I'm fearful, right? Because if we got the rearranged version where it's a bridge, that's a popping my pussy in the club. But that's not what we're gonna get because ENHYPEN ruined the song with its horrible pre-chorus. Fate is absolutely, let's replace her with Give and Take. And Fate is the song on here that confuses me. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong Fate. Do they have two songs called Fate? Because the Fate that I found is the one off their Dark Moon album, their Dark Blood album, which is basically just a spoken intro. And I don't know why it's here. Like, is it an interlude? Because we have Ments and we have VCRs. We didn't need a song to be an interlude. We could have had Give and Take. And I feel like of the songs, because Future Perfect, I understand. Blockbuster, I'll accept. Fate's presence on this set list pisses me off in ways words can't describe. Anyway, Sweet Venom, I'll be losing my mind to Sweet Venom. It is one of my favorite ENHYPEN titles. I do think it is very good, and I will be losing my mind to her. Like, she is a banger. Orange Flower, I'll put Orange Flower in A Good Time. I feel like that's the proper placement for it. I don't think I'll be losing my mind to it, but I do really like it as a song, and I think I'll have fun when it's done live. Closing out our set list is Karma. We could have had Give and Taken. I don't like Karma. I don't like this album. I've said it before, but I stand by it. I don't like this album. We could have had Give and Taken. And the fact that we don't, and there's at least 4 songs I would have switched out for her in a heartbeat, is very upsetting to me. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this video down below. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel about my various placements of songs. You can yell at me. I'm fine with it, honestly. You can literally comment whatever you want. You can also like and subscribe if you want to, or don't. I'll be okay either way because I'm currently at ENHYPEN, potentially popping my pussy in the club. So, like, I'm having fun regardless of what you do. Other than that, though, you can actually also, in the description, I'm going to put my ENHYPEN reviews so you can see how I feel. Most of their albums I've covered, so, like, it'll mostly be down there. I haven't done their debut, but again, it doesn't matter because Give and Taken isn't here. That's the moral of this video. We could have had Give and Taken, and we didn't. And I'm mad, and I'll stay mad. But you can live your best life. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!